Keating is looking down at pocket tens. Pre-flop begins with Brandon making a loose open to 4,000 from early position holding 10-8. It is a splashy play, but with stacks this deep, implied odds often trump range charts. The action folds to Keating in the hijack with pocket tens. This is a pivotal moment. A standard textbook approach would be to 3-bet to isolate the weak opener and thin the field. However, Keating is playing a different game. He elects to just flat call, a deceptive move that disguises the strength of his hand and effectively invites the rest of the table to come along. The flop lands, a deceptively dangerous board that acts as a massive cooler funnel. It is the absolute dream scenario for Keating, who flops a full house, tens full of jacks. However, for Steve and Martin, it is a mirage.
Alan signature, I love it. Everybody plays their signature, so nobody plays Giaro. I can feel that now.
They both flop trips, but with terrible kickers. The action starts with a microscopic lead of 1,000 from Steve. This tiny bet effectively freezes the field, inducing calls from Martin and Brandon. When it gets to Keating, he raises to 25,000. He knows he has the board crushed and wants to start building a pot immediately.
That was interesting tank fold. I was really enjoying that. I was really enjoying that tank fold.
Wait a second, you're about to
I
get
didn't know some plays tank fold sometimes.
How much is it? Sometimes.
I was thinking you play
I like the
snap folds or tank calls.
I like the tank
or tank crazies.
I tank fold all the time.
But tank folds, I really don't know if it is your shtick.
All right, Steve calls.
Steve, you bet 1,000 and now you bet 25?
No, I didn't bet 25.
Sorry,
I called 25.
I should probably go all in now, but I will think about it.
Good luck. Martin, do you have my purple pills?
Happy about that? Steve, super not happy about that. I just love this. I just loved it.
Steve, refusing to believe his trips are no good, makes the call. Then the madness truly begins. Martin, sitting on bottom kicker trips, decides this is his moment and puts in a 3-bet to 69,000. It is a massive overplay in a multi-way pot, but he is convinced his jack is best. Keating smooth calls, setting the trap. This flat call is lethal. It convinces Steve that Keating might just have a draw or a 10.
If you call now, Steve, you are my new hero, I'm telling you. Alan was my hero, he will always be, but if you call...
Steve's all in.
Just kidding.
Is it all in or not? How much is it about?
More than you.
It's almost 800K.
He shoves all in for a staggering 784,000. He effectively turns his mediocre trips into a bluff catcher against the nuts.
I put 69, yeah? He called and he goes a little bit over top, yeah?
Steve and Martin played their hands as if they were holding the absolute nuts, failing to realize that in a 5-way limped pot, trip jacks with a 9 kicker is barely a bluff catcher. Keating simply had to wait for the aggressive players to donate their money to him and his boat, turning a standard set mining spot into one of the largest pots in televised poker history.
I love it. Alan, you definitely not play. This is not Giaro approved, this tank. I'm telling you.
I think I'd be both.
Huh?
I think I'd be both really.
Beat? Okay, just put the money then.
All right, I call.
Can we play showdowns, guys? Just for spectators?
Twice.
Can we play showdowns?
2.1 million in the middle.
We show
Alan
the cards.
Keating, a
No,
2-1 favorite
You don't want to do that?
against the field.
But I would like to enjoy myself.
No, you're good. You're good.
What can you guys all have? King, queen of spades, somebody, right?
No.
So can we show the hands?
Yeah.
You okay?
I'm not showing my hand.
Oh my God.
That's a good call. But I probably win.
Gonna run it twice.
1 or 2 boards. What? 2, twice.
I have little, casino, royal.
Lovely. Come on, ace.
Ace or 9 for
That helped
Steve.
you guys.
Ace
Why?
or 6
Ace.
for Martin.
Any card.
Any
helps.
card in the turn's gonna
Literally
improve.
anything.
Anything in the turn's gonna improve me.
Ah, there's my
That's a 3, and Keating wins the first run out. Needs to dodge. Keating scoops.
Quite a few McLarens.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down on 10-9 suited.
Who lost the last one?
Me, that'd be me. Steaming.
Boom.
This hand sits in the suited connector bucket that plays well. Versus a 3-bet, it has equity versus broadways, realizes well in position, and can call profitably against most small blind ranges.
Such a good spot.
Oh, him and his spots again.
Except you have to act first.
Oh, yeah.
Veldhouse re-raises to $7,000 from the small blind. That sizing represents a fairly standard linear small blind 3-bet, strong aces, broadways, and some pocket pairs. When Negreanu calls, his range keeps most suited connectors, suited broadways, medium pairs, and a few slow plays. Importantly, he retains position and stack to pot depth for post-flop maneuvering. Texture advantage is mixed. The small blind has all-over pairs and more ace-10 offsuit. The caller has more 4s and 10x suited. Veldhouse continuation bets $11,500 with ace-queen of diamonds.
I love the 6-spot speech. That was the best part of this hand. It's fun. 11, huh?
That's a good level, huh?
It was good. 6-spot, boom, raise, da-da-da.
That bet targets folds from unpaired high cards and protects overpairs, while keeping bluffs like 2 overcards with backdoors. Negreanu's call with top pair and excellent run-out potential keeps his range uncapped. From Veldhouse's seat, once called, Negreanu's range condenses around 4s, 10s, pocket pairs like jacks through 7s, and sticky backdoors. This is a pivotal card, because trips remain the nuts, and gives Negreanu a valuable backdoor flush draw. Check-check makes sense for both. Veldhouse's ace-queen has little fold equity versus 4s and 10s, and hates getting check-raised. Negreanu's check protects his flop call range, keeps bluffs in, and realizes 2 clean ways to improve, clubs and 9. Negreanu improves to 2-pair, 10s and 9s, while Veldhouse remains with ace-high. From a range view, the river shifts blocker dynamics. Negreanu's line contains more 9x, while Veldhouse remains with ace-high.
I'm all in.
So you're saying I made a good check on the turn? Is that what you're claiming? Such level. I mean, you know more about my game than anyone, so is that enough to make the difference for me? I would have felt better if I just bet the turn, you raised, and then I called. That would have been more fun. Fire on the river. Are you hoping that I'm going to play good here? I'm so confused.
Daniel calls, and for a change, sees some good news at Showdown.
She's in with 6s.
Jennifer Tilly kicks things off with pocket 6s. This is a decent hand to entertain a small raise with and see if luck is on your side.
Back on Arden. She calls the 3-bet as well, so 3-way to the flop. Oh my word, set over set, and Griffin's flop top pair?
This is going to be bad for Griffin, but it's going to be real bad for Arden.
With the board that the flop delivers, everyone has something to bet about. But instead of that, Tilly and Cho decide to check. With that in mind, our weak top pair is trying to take control of the board by shooting a small bet of $2,500. Tilly is loving it because other than a set of kings, nothing else on the board beats her, and she would love to see this pot growing, so naturally she calls. Miss Cho, on the other hand, has a completely different plan. She is not waiting for the pot to grow. She is growing it herself. She does that by firing a $9,400 bet. Now Benger has a choice. Entertain this top pair, or realize the truth and just give up.
Why is he so serious? He's like a goober 99% of the time.
The angry man quickly decides to fold and not pursue the king. On the other hand, Tilly is more than happy to oblige Miss Cho by re-raising to $30,000 with her set of 6s.
Oh boy.
Jen re-raises $30,000.
At this point, Miss Cho should know the deep trouble she finds herself in, but still decides to go ahead and call on her set of 5s. The turn delivers the 9 of clubs, a card that is completely irrelevant to both of them. If I was in the position of Tilly, I would be betting pot here. What would you? Let me know in the comments below. I guess Tilly is not so happy about my jamming suggestion, so she decides to check here and wait for something magical on river. Same thing for Miss Cho. In her case, though, that is in her favor.
And Arden spikes a 1-outer. She's got quads. Meanwhile, Jenna's river to full house.
Buckle up, because this hand just went from pretty sick to absolutely bonkers.
People say patience is a virtue, but in Tilly's case, her patience came to bite her from behind. The river delivers the only card that can save Miss Cho, and that is the 5 of clubs. Now the only question is, will Tilly get baited by her now full house hand? Or will she read her for the quads Miss Cho has? And as we all thought she should do, Miss Cho goes.
There it is.
This is not good.
No, it sure isn't.
If Jen calls, this will be the biggest pot of the game.
Arnon, do you have quads? Because I can't beat quads.
Does she know?
I don't think you have kings full. And I don't think you have nines full. You might have fives full.
That's a call.
Vanessa is looking down on pocket aces.
So it's me and you. I got to raise it 1,200.
When isn't called predictable? Many things.
So if you re-raise, then you build the pot so big, and then you're going to get bluffed out in a big pot.
Tony G thinks he's going to outplay Vanessa post-flop with position and a junk-suited looking hand.
Keep the pots low. I bet 2,000.
Yeah.
That's fair, you know. I think it's better betting in a dark. A dark raise, that's hard and commitment.
The flop is the dream board for Tony. He smashes bottom 2 pair versus most opponents. This is where he starts fast playing, trying to punish overpairs and top pair by ballooning the pot immediately. He leads 2K, to which Vanessa instantly raises to 5K. From her point of view, this looks super standard. She has overpair, she doesn't block spades, there are straight and flush combos Tony G can show up with, and she wants to deny equity.
You ready?
From Tony's point of view, that raise is exactly what he was hoping to induce. He doesn't just call, he makes it 20K.
You ready? If you win the hand, you keep me quiet.
Don't believe you. That bluff I'll call.
That size is Tony basically telling a story of, I'm not scared of you, I have a real hand. The problem he doesn't realize is Vanessa loves that story. When she flats the 20K instead of jamming, she's saying, I have you in jail, and I'm letting you keep betting. With aces, she caps nothing, and Tony can't narrow her the way he thinks he can. Turn is where everything flips, and Tony doesn't feel it yet. So Tony keeps value betting for 10K.
You could shut me right up.
How?
Well, by being all in and winning the pot.
Punch in the face.
Just push a button.
Thinking he can still get called by worse and charge flush draws. But in reality, he's now drawing almost dead against boats and nutty slow plays, and Vanessa has him in a spot where calling is mandatory and raising is unnecessary. Full house versus full house is where bankrolls go bankrupt because nobody folds boats to one bet emotionally.
Now you got to show some guts. Can you bet this, or you're going to make a really weak check now on the end? Go on, Vanessa, you can do it.
All in.
Call.
Ace is full.
Wow, very nice. That's the best. Very nice.
You got screwed?
I got a full house too on the end.
Wow.
And a flush draw. That's it. That shut me up. Well done, Vanessa.
Vanessa doubles through.
I got lucky, obviously.
Not really. I mean, it's...
We took turns getting lucky. I got lucky to get the aces, you got lucky on the flop, I got lucky on the turn.
I haven't won one hand when I've been good. So.
Keating's looking down on ace-queen offsuit. Peter comes along with ace-7 suited, a hand that plays fine multi-way but is easily dominated by Keating's calling range. Stanley takes the button with Jack-10, a classic position hand that realizes equity well against 3 opponents. Keating flats pre-flop with ace-queen from the small blind instead of squeezing. Out of position and deep, that call invites dominated aces and worse queens to continue while avoiding a bloated pot against a raiser who can 4-bet. The flop favors ranges that arrived by calling. Keating's ace-queen makes second pair with the best kicker and holds the key blocker to Broadway. His call versus the c-bet is standard. Raising turns his hand into a bluff catcher against stronger kings and sets while isolating himself versus better. Peter's call with ace-7 is thin but defensible. He has bottom pair, an overcard, and backdoor hearts, and he wants to keep his range uncapped for later streets. Stanley's call with Jack-10 is mandatory. He has the best improvement potential with the open-ender and position. The turn ace changes the incentive structure completely. Keating now holds aces and queens, and, out of position in a multi-way pot, checking is superior. Betting announces strength, repels worse, and makes it easy for a better ace like ace-king to play perfectly against him. By checking, he allows weaker aces and floats to fire or show down worse. Peter quietly improves to 2-pair, and he should notice how clean his value targets are. Aces that didn't connect with the king or queen, plus stubborn kings that hate folding. But checking has logic too. He controls the pot and traffic and preserves bluffs for the river. Stanley's check is the costly one. With Jack-10, he owns the nuts on a paired board that still grants him clear value from top pairs and combo draws. Letting it check through surrenders value and protection, and it exposes him to exactly what happens next. The board pairs again, and his straight gets stone dead. The river double pairs the ace and reorders the hierarchy. Keating upgrades to aces full of queens, Peter lands on aces full of sevens, and Stanley is drawing thin to chatter.
And this is going to get very nasty for Peter. Maybe Stanley also, but especially Peter.
Checks from Keating and the original raiser are invitations. Peter accepts with a big bet that targets trip aces and missed draws and tries to dodge raises from the few better full houses. Stanley correctly folds once the ace pairs again, straights are dust. Keating's river decision should lean exploitative here. Against Peter, who routinely overplays strong one-pair and boat combos, a value raise prince. Keating's hand is under-repped, he blocks the most common equal boat with the queen. Peter's turn check makes ace-king less likely, and Texas Mike is capped after check-check.
Did he just call? He just called.
Aussie Ketola opens the button to 150K with King-Jack offsuit. That sizing keeps Foxen's range wide and gives Ketola position plus initiative with a hand that flops strong pairs and good two-pair combos. Alex Foxen defends the big blind with 8-6 of diamonds. Suited connectors are bread and butter, defends heads up, they realize equity well, threaten powerful semi-bluffs on many turns, and can cooler one-pair hands. On the flop, Foxen checks his second pair with backdoor flush possibilities and tons of turn cards to attack. Ketola checks back top two. That's deliberate pot control and deception on a very dynamic texture. The front door diamonds arrive and the ace smashes ranges.
Foxen made the flush. And Ketola has completely under-repped his hand.
We saw this before though, Randy. Aussie checked back Jack 10. Allowed Foxen to improve to a backdoor flush and was able to find a river fold.
Foxen turns a flush and leads 250K. From his seat, this is a must bet. He has a strong value hand, he denies equity to single diamond hands, and he targets exactly Ketola's checkbacks like King X and Jack X that hate this card but cannot fold. Ketola just calls with kings and jacks. Raising would polarize himself and fold out worse while isolating only stronger flushes. Calling keeps Foxen's bluffs alive, controls the pot on a scary card, and leverages his redraw to a full house on paired rivers. The board pairs and Ketola improves to a full house, kings full of jacks. Foxen sees a river that shouldn't change much against most of Ketola's perceived turn call range, and value bets 5,500K with his flush, targeting one pair hands and ace X with a diamond. Ketola now has the perfect shove. Jamming for roughly 6.1 million applies maximum pressure to every non-boat hand, credibly represents exactly what he has, and captures value from any flush that decides it is too high up to fold heads up.
If Foxen calls here, it's just over. He'll be down $6 million, and I don't see how he can fold.
If we can imagine for a second that playing in such stakes is possible for us mere mortals, what would you do in Foxen's position? Let me know in the comments.
Call. He calls. The biggest pot, $11 million.